Turn your Easter eggs into works of art.
Yes, Marta Sinicine is going to help us learn how to do this really unique, beautiful way to decorate Easter eggs. Thank you so much for joining Christmas Living.
A pleasure to be here.
This is absolutely beautiful, and this is Ukrainian influence, a tradition. First, before we get into the steps, tell us a little bit of history and why this is a tradition.
Well, decorating of the eggs is not just a modern thing to Ukraine. This is decorating of the eggs is actually throughout the world for millennia. You can actually find eggs in Asia. You can find eggs in Africa. So it's just with the turning of the years, you will see eggs that are a little bit more with the sign of paganism.
Right.
So with the advent of Christianism in Ukraine in about 988, they turn the designs and the colors that the pagans used to have into Christian symbolism. So if you were,
and Marta, you've got all the different designs. Do different parts of your country have different designs?
Absolutely, yes. I was actually showing a map. There's wherever region you go in Ukraine, you can actually have different styles of eggs. So can I show you a couple?
Please, I can't wait.
Awesome. Okay, tell us about, because there's also different meanings and symbolism within this, right?
Right, so for example, this one is, if you take a look at it, it's very simple. It has three colors, the white, the red, and the black. It has little crosses. So the cross...
Let me put this one actually back so that maybe they can zoom on it while you're describing.
So once you actually have the cross, it already comes with a symbol of the Christianism. And then each one of the crosses is connected with a wavy line.
I saw
the wavy line, you can interpret it in several ways. You can actually, a ribbon that connects the cross to the next cross, or you can think of it of water. And water is actually the
what
elements exactly?
Yes, it renews life.
Thank you. Exactly that. Exactly. So if you think of paganism, earth, fire, water became the Christian as the Christ actually was baptized in water and things like that. So
exactly.
Kind of all related in a way.
So, rich history, and now we can take our actual Easter eggs and make them more beautiful than ever. Jordan, I think this is taking it to the next level.
This actually looks very intimidating, but you're going to kind of go through the steps because it's a lot of steps. How long does it typically take from start to finish for you?
If this is just a simple one, probably in about 2 hours for the design to be ready.
Okay.
But then you have to blow the egg, you have to shellac the egg and dry it. So that takes about 2 days. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if you actually have a series to actually end up with that egg right there, you start with your white egg.
Okay, let's see.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I already did my first step. So I grabbed my white egg. I cannot use it out of the refrigerator. It kind of sweats a little bit. So I want the wax that I used to make the design to actually stick to it. And the commercial eggs will need to be kind of washed a little bit.
Okay, and dried completely.
Exactly. So yes,
not cold.
Not cold. Not
you
cold.
don't want it to sweat.
That's right. So basically, you grab your kistka.
Okay.
Notice I grabbed the green one. Is the one that has the bigger hole at the bottom, so wider lines. You hit the metal. You grab your wax. You collect the wax. Then you heat it up again.
What kind of wax do you use?
Beeswax. Thank you for asking. Beeswax. There are two types. I can actually use this light one, or I can use the black one, which the only difference is it has actually, what is it, like the pencil material, the little graphite in to actually make it black and be able to write and see what you want. So if I want to continue making my lines, and there goes my first lobe, I can move forward and make my first light.
Oh, that's so
cool. To make it more of a systematic thing, I do all my lines in one direction. So when I'm ready, I turn my egg and I go the other way.
Nice. And actually, we were talking earlier. I mean, one of the artists that you really, was it Jane Pollock?
Jane Pollock. Oh my gosh! Yes, you did.
She was able to get her egg at the White House. Yes. Smithsonian, right? Tell us about
amazing.
That. I mean, this is like
I got connected with her a couple of years ago, and she died. She was invited into the White House by the Clinton administration to decorate an ostrich egg for their Christmas tree.
Wow.
And so check it out. You find out it's absolutely gorgeous.
We'll
and
have some more on our website too if you want to
Yes,
look
for
more into
sure.
that, and
Got to.
also where you can buy the supplies.
So, yes, indeed.
So we'll have that info.
Indeed.
So once you get your wax on there, do you have to let it dry?
When
for a
I'm
certain
done
amount
with
of
my
time?
design, no, actually it dries very quickly.
Okay.
So I basically just, in my little toolbox, there is a spoon.
Okay.
Can you
Can you
grab
go
it?
grab the spoon?
So basically you're gonna dip, the next step, you dip it into yellow, cover whatever you want in yellow,
Okay.
then dip it into the orange, so you, and then cover everything that you want orange because the wax will protect the color in. So
I actually do remember a technique very similar, not as cool as this, but remember sometimes when you get those little egg kits, they have that wax, the white crayon in there. Have
They
you ever,
do,
and you
yes.
draw on it, and then you do it, and it does. It keeps whatever you've drawn white, and the color goes around it. So that's kind of
So it
similar
is kinda
technique.
like-
Oh, and it actually
my
dyed it pretty
goodness.
quickly.
yeah, the gold that I use usually dyes it very
And the
quickly.
stuff she uses is inedible. Okay, so
I
we'll put that on the
know.
website. So
So you
everybody
can
knows
actually
that you know
find
that.
this.
There we go.
So we'll have that on the website. But then you also, we talked earlier, you want to go in this order as well because you don't want certain things mixing weird. or-
Correct. I mean, if
Okay.
you once you dye it, for example, into orange, then you will never be able to go back for a lighter color.
I see, that makes sense. And then the blue and green, there's kind of an issue too.
I know
you
they're
right?
tricky colors. If you actually want the little touches of blue like that, it's probably better for you to actually crowd the egg and just
Paint that part.
paint them with a little brush.
Okay.
So it's minimized at that section only, and then you can dip it into orange, and the orange takes away the green or the blue.
Interesting.
So you
that's
protect the blue with the wax, and the orange dye will take away the green or the blue from the other sections, so it will be free to receive the next one.
All right.
Yeah, and you can feel the
This is
wax on
great.
here too. How cool is
Well,
that? This is all so beautiful.
I am
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. This Easter will be different for my family. One of our big traditions is, decorating eggs together. So
Yes.
I'm going to give this a try. Thanks to
I'd
you.
love to see your results.
Okay, and
You
I'll
gotta
post
call
that
me
on
and
Facebook.
show the picture of your
Okay.
egg. All right.
And if you'd like to see this interview again or get that supply list, head to our website, firstcoastliving.net.